Hello, learners, and welcome to week 4 of your MOOC on media, cultural dynamics, and social change. This is Unit 11 of the module on media and society. The name of this unit is Mass Media and Social Ad Campaigns. In this particular unit, we will explore how mass media serves as a powerful agent in shaping attitudes, in influencing behavior, and inspiring collective action through social advertising campaigns. Every day, we come across messages that encourage us to do something positive, whether it is to wear a helmet while riding, save water, say no to tobacco, or respect gender equality. These are not just ordinary advertisements, they are social advertisements designed not to sell products but to promote values, awareness, and change. In today's media saturated environment, such campaigns play a vital role in addressing social concerns and mobilizing public participation. In this unit, we will discuss what social advertisements are and why they matter in the larger context of media and cultural change. We will also examine how mass media, from traditional platforms like radio, television, and print, to new age digital and social media, collaborate in spreading socially relevant messages. Through selected case studies, we will look at successful campaigns led by the Government of India as well as by private brands that have effectively combined creativity and social purpose. By the end of this unit, you will not only gain a deeper understanding of how media drives social transformation, but also learn to critically evaluate the techniques and strategies behind impactful social ad campaigns. And by the time you finish working through this unit, you will be able to understand what social advertisements really are and why they are so crucial in today's world. You will be also able to analyze the powerful role that mass media, from television to Twitter, plays in making these campaigns successful. You will be also able to explore and evaluate real-world social campaigns launched by both the Government of India and major brands on issues that affect us all. Think of this as your key takeaways, the skills and knowledge you'll have in your toolkit. So let's begin this journey into the fascinating intersection of media, message, and social change. Now let's start with a simple question. What comes to your mind when you think of advertising? For most of us, it's jingles for soda, glamorous cars, or the latest smartphone. Advertisements are constantly trying to sell us something, is not it? But what if an advertisement tries to sell you an idea? An idea like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, or the importance of wearing a helmet, or the importance of wearing a seat belt. That's exactly what we are diving into it in this particular unit. The world of social advertisements. This is where the persuasive power of advertising meets the heart of social change. Instead of driving profits, these campaigns aim to change progress. They challenge deep-rooted attitudes, inspire new behaviors, and ultimately strive to create a better society. You see, mass media isn't just a mirror reflecting culture. It's also a hammer that can help shape it. And in the next few sections of this particular unit, we'll unpack how this works. But first, let's get a clear understanding of social advertisements and what makes them unique. Then we'll see how mass media acts as a megaphone, amplifying these critical messages to millions. So get ready to look at the media landscape with a new lens. Let's explore how a compelling message paired with the right medium can truly become a force for good. Now, to begin with, advertising is one of the most powerful and persuasive tools in modern communication. Traditionally, it has been used as a marketing strategy to help businesses promote their products and services by highlighting the unique features, benefits, and advantages. Through advertisements, consumers are informed about the wide variety of goods and services available in the marketplace, allowing them to make choices regarding what to purchase or try. Essentially, advertising bridges the gap between producers and consumers by ensuring that people know what options are out there and why they might want them. However, advertising is not confined to the world of commerce alone. Over the years, it has evolved into an instrument of social communication, a means to address and create awareness about issues that affect individuals and communities. Beyond persuading people to buy, advertisements have proven to be equally capable of inspiring them to think, to feel, and act differently about issues such as public health, education, gender equality, environmental protection, and social justice. In this way, advertisements can be used to inform, to persuade, and remind people not just about consumer goods, but also about moral, cultural, and civic responsibilities. And in many cases, advertisements have successfully been employed to educate the public and influence behavior. For instance, campaigns promoting cleanliness under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, or those encouraging vaccination drives, road safety, or energy conservation. Through creative visuals, storytelling, and emotional appeals, social advertisements aim to connect with audiences on a personal level, prompting them to reflect and respond positively to a social cause. This particular unit therefore focuses on understanding how social advertisement campaigns function, what makes them effective, and how mass media like television, radio, print, and digital platforms serve as vital channels in disseminating these messages to the widest possible audience. And by exploring their characteristics, their techniques, and impact, we can better appreciate how media-based social communication contributes to awareness and change within the society. Now let us understand the concept of social advertisements. The concept of social marketing, it forms the foundation of social advertising. Social marketing is an approach that applies the principles and techniques of commercial marketing to promote socially beneficial behavior change rather than the sale of products. It is a systematic effort to influence people's attitudes and practices in ways that contribute to the well-being of individuals and society as a whole. Now, according to Alan Andreessen, social marketing involves the application of proven concepts and techniques drawn from the commercial sector to promote changes in socially important behaviors such as drug abuse, education, cleanliness, health and nutrition, and power conservation. In other words, social marketing borrows from the fields of behavioral science, persuasion psychology, and marketing strategy to design campaigns that can effectively motivate people to act differently in matters of public concern. And the success of any social marketing initiative, it depends on its ability to understand its audience and to communicate messages in ways that resonate with the beliefs, motivation, and lifestyles. And Andreessen, he has emphasized the importance of the 4 P's of marketing. That is a product, price, place, and promotion in this process. Product in social marketing, it refers to desired behavior or idea. For example, using seat belts, or quitting smoking, or conserving water. Or second important part of this 4 P's of marketing is the price. That represents the perceived cost or effort involved in adopting that behavior. Then we have the place, which refers to the channels or environments through which the behavior can be adopted or reinforced. Finally, we have promotion, which involves the various communication strategies used to encourage people to make the desired change. And among this, promotion, which includes advertising, public relations, and social media outreach, is particularly crucial because it helps deliver the message to the target audience in a clear, appealing, and persuasive way. Advertising, therefore, it becomes an essential component of social marketing, as it has the power to reach large audiences and influence their perceptions and behaviors through engaging messages. A social advertisement, in simple terms, it is an advertisement designed to promote awareness, understanding, and action regarding a social issue. And unlike commercial ads that aim to sell products, social advertisements aim to sell ideas, values, and change. They focus on problems such as gender discrimination, child labor, domestic violence, illiteracy, sanitation, road safety, environmental conservation, and health awareness. The primary goal of a social advertisement is to inform and educate the people about the social concern and to motivate them to think and act differently. These campaigns, they often attempt to challenge stereotypes, correct misinformation, and promote empathy or collective responsibility. Suppose, for example, the different initiatives of the government like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Pulse Polio Abhiyan, and Save Water campaigns. Such campaigns have used media advertising to reach citizens across urban and rural areas. Similarly, many private brands also create socially oriented advertisements, such as those promoting gender inclusivity or environmental responsibility, to align the brand image with positive social values. In essence, social advertisements are tools of transformation. They aim to reshape attitudes, influence choices, and strengthen the moral and social fabric of society. By blending creativity with purpose and information with emotion, they make complex social issues accessible and relatable to the masses, thus becoming catalysts for cultural and behavioral change. Now let us try to understand the relation between mass media and social ad campaigns. Now, if you look at the definition of social media ad campaigns, They're basically coordinated marketing activities across different platforms, especially on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, designed to achieve a specific goal. An objective is to achieve specific measurable goals over a set period, such as increasing brand awareness, promoting a product, generating leads, or driving traffic to a website. It has some very specific characteristics. The first is targeted. That is, it allows for precise targeting based on user data. Second important characteristic, it is interactive. That is, it facilitates two-way communication, engagement, and user-generated content. The third important characteristic is it is cost-effective. That is, it can be more efficient and offer a better return on investment compared to traditional media. Fourth important characteristic is it is measurable. That is, it provides real-time feedback and metrics to assess effectiveness and make adjustments. For a social advertisement to achieve its desired impact, it must reach as many people as possible and be understood clearly by its intended audience. So the essence of any social marketing strategy, it lies in its ability to communicate effectively, inspire emotional connection, and bring about behavioral change at a large scale. And to achieve this, social marketers employ a diverse range of communication approaches, ranging from interpersonal and group communication to the expansive reach of mass communication. Among this, mass media remains the most influential and far-reaching platform for social advertising. It has the unique power to transcend geographical and cultural barriers, allowing a single message to reach millions of people almost instantaneously. Whether it is through television, radio, newspapers, cinema, or digital platforms, mass media enables the transmission of ideas, information, and values to a large, diverse, and dispersed audience. So, media plays a pivotal role in shaping the public's understanding of social realities. It not only informs and educates, but also frames the way people perceive issues. The concept of agenda setting, as proposed by communication scholars, suggests that media has the ability to influence what people think about by determining which topics are given prominence. Thus, the more media attention an issue receives, say on climate change, on child labor, or on road safety, the more important it becomes in public discourse. Then, mass media and other social media campaigns also play a very crucial role in reducing tobacco and vaping use by applying principles of social marketing. Such campaigns are designed with a deep understanding of the target audience and use tailored messages to influence people's attitudes, beliefs, and intentions regarding smoking and vaping. Their overall aim is to make a smoke-free and vape-free lifestyle appear both appealing and achievable. And a central strategy in such form of campaigns is to share clear information about the harms associated with smoking and vaping, while also highlighting the many benefits of staying smoke-free. They also make people aware of available support systems, such as quit services, that can help them give up tobacco or e-cigarettes. Through such educational approaches, social marketing campaigns try to prevent young people from taking up smoking or recreational vaping encourage current users to quit and motivate families to maintain smoke-free homes and vehicles. And an important feature of any effective social marketing campaign is a call to action or CTA. A CTA or a call to action, it prompts the audience to take a specific next step, such as deciding never to start vaping, calling a quit helpline, or pledging to maintain a smoke-free home. A strong CTA is straightforward, memorable, and persuasive. It focuses on one clear behavior, uses direct and simple language, emphasizes why the action is beneficial, and creates a sense of urgency. Effective CTAs, they often rely on catchy slogans, strong action verbs, and recognizable branding so that the message sticks. Campaign messages, it can reach people through multiple channels, including traditional media like television, radio, print, and newspapers, outdoor media such as billboards, bus wraps, and posters, and digital spaces, particularly social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now it's known as X, using a mix of channels helps ensure that the message is widely seen and heard. Campaigns aimed at vaping prevention and cessation are increasingly using social media, especially because young people, the main target group, they spend much of their time online. Whatever the case may be, the effectiveness of any campaign, it depends on several factors. Number one is repetition. That is how often audiences hear or see the message. Second important factor is reach. That is how far the campaign spreads and how many people it reaches. A third important factor is intensity. That is how frequently messages appear. Lastly, duration. Long enough for the message to be absorbed, but not so long that audiences lose their interest. Another key element is the relevance of the message. Now, people are more likely to engage with campaigns when the characters, the language, and situations reflect their own lives and cultural contexts. Now, for the Aboriginal and the Torres Strait Islander audiences, locally designed messages are generally more powerful than generic national messages. Projects such as the Talking About the Smokes have shown that targeted campaigns resonate more strongly. A notable example here is the Australian government's Don't Make Smokes Your Story campaign. It was launched in 2016, which combines national advertising with community-based activities to support quitting among Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So the materials from this campaign can be adapted for community programs. More recently, in 2024, the Australian government introduced a new national initiative called the Give Up for Good, which includes 4 interconnected advertising streams aimed at raising awareness about the dangers of smoking and vaping and encouraging people to use expanded quit support services. And these streams target different groups: young people who vape, adults who smoke, and First Nation communities, and deliver messages through television, cinema, radio, online video, gaming platforms, social media, and outdoor advertising. And each of the streams has a distinct focus. Suppose just one example I'm giving, why are we still doing this? This is especially for the young people who vape. And this highlights the shift from casual use to addiction and promotes the social and health benefits of quitting. Then another focus is on vaping. Are you really choosing anymore? This message is specifically for the adults who vape. Okay, so these are some of the different areas that each of the streams tries to focus on. A very important part in case of social media advertising is selecting the right media vehicle. So when planning a social advertisement campaign, the choice of media becomes a critical decision. Since their primary goal is to reach the target audience effectively, advertisers must carefully assess which medium offers the greatest accessibility and relevance to that audience. Now, there are several mass media vehicles available. Print media is there, audiovisual media is there, outdoor media is there, indoor media is there, and of course we have new media. And each of these media types, they have their own strengths and weaknesses. For example, television can combine visuals and sound for emotional storytelling, but it can be very expensive. Radio, while economical and widespread, it relies entirely on auditory appeal. And print media, it allows in-depth content but may have limited reach among non-literate populations. Meanwhile, digital and social media, they offer interactivity and precision targeting, especially among younger demographics, though they depend on internet access. Therefore, the advertiser must evaluate which medium or combination of media will best deliver the message with clarity, with impact and sustained engagement. Now, this brings us to another important part of today's discussion, that is crafting the advertisement copy. Now, we have been talking about, how social media advertisements or campaigns are increasingly being used these days, but how that advertisement copy is being visualized, how it is conceptualized, or how it is crafted. Another vital aspect of creating a successful social advertisement is the advertising copy. The written or spoken content that conveys a message. That is the advertisement copy. Unlike commercial ads that emphasize the advantages of a product, social advertisement copy, it focuses on the issue itself, its causes and consequences, and the desired behavioral change. So the copywriter's task in social advertising is both creative and ethical. They must translate complex social problems into simple, relatable, and emotionally resonant messages. The tone, imagery, and language, it must encourage reflection and motivation action. Actually, it tries to motivate the action. To do this effectively, the writer needs to choose appropriate emotional appeals such as empathy, fear, hope, or pride that align with the campaign's objective. Now, for example, a campaign on drunk driving may use fear appeals to emphasize danger, whereas one on cleanliness might use pride appeals to evoke civic responsibility. Now, another important aspect while undertaking such kind of campaigns, undertaking such kind of social media advertisements, is understanding the target audience through research. Now, before developing the message, it is very essential to conduct consumer or audience research. Social advertising, like commercial advertising, it relies heavily on understanding the characteristics and motivations of its audience. And this involves studying various dimensions of market segmentation, such as demographics, like age, gender, income, education, occupation. Then we have psychographics, that is beliefs, values, lifestyle, and motivation. And of course, there are geographic factors like rural or urban location, regional culture, and of course, behavioral aspects such as habits, media use patterns, readiness to change, etc. Such research provides insight into what type of message will resonate most with the audience and which media channels they trust or engage with most frequently. With this understanding, social marketers can tailor the messages that are audience specific, that are culturally sensitive and impactful. Theoretical foundations and challenges. Let us look into the different theoretical foundations of today's discussion and of course the different challenges associated with it. Social marketers, they face numerous challenges in today's information saturated world. There are countless social causes competing for public attention like health awareness, climate action, gender equality, digital safety, and more. Moreover, people's time and attention are fragmented across multiple media platforms. So, in order to navigate through these challenges, social marketing draws from various communication and behavioral theories, including social cognitive theories there, which basically emphasizes learning by observation and the consequences of behavior. So under social cognitive theory, people are likely to adopt behaviors they see modeled by credible, relatable figures such as celebrities or peers in advertisements. Then we have the persuasion theory. This particular theory suggests that for long-term attitude change, individuals must mentally engage with the message. Well-structured arguments and credible sources, it increases persuasion. The third important theory is the exposure theory. It explores how the frequency and duration of message exposure affect its ability to influence attitudes and behaviors. And repetition and consistency are key to reinforcing social messages. In all the cases, content and context, it matter deeply. So the media not only delivers messages, but also shapes how people interpret and prioritize them. News and entertainment media together, they form the everyday informational environment through which audiences perceive social, political, cultural, and environmental issues. Now let us look into the role of media institutions. Social advertisements are generally developed by government agencies, non-profit organizations, and sometimes corporate entities as part of their corporate social responsibility initiatives. Their themes often revolve around issues such as public health, hygiene, energy conservation, road safety, women's empowerment, education, and environmental sustainability. For example, Indian campaigns such as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, Pulse Polio Abhiyan, and Jago Grahak Jago. Such kind of campaigns have utilized multiple media channels like television, radio, print, outdoor hoardings, and digital media to ensure maximum visibility and participation. Similarly, corporate brands often integrate social causes into their advertising, blending brand identity with social responsibility to appeal to a more conscious consumer base. In conclusion, mass media functions as both the messenger and the amplifier of social advertising campaigns. Its role goes beyond dissemination. It helps shape public discourse, foster collective awareness, and ultimately influence behavior in ways that contribute to the greater good. The combination of thoughtful media selection, creative messaging, audience understanding, and theoretical insights ensures that social ad campaigns truly fulfill their mission. Now, let us try to look into a few very important advertisement campaigns, which I'm sure most of you might have come across. So, this section of the unit, we will try to explore the power of social advertisements in addressing the critical social concerns through well-designed and impactful campaigns. Now, in India, both the government and corporate sectors have recognized the potential of advertising as a tool to shape attitudes, educate citizens, and inspire behavioral change. And various campaigns have been launched across themes such as cleanliness, education, water conservation, nutrition, and power usage, each harnessing the power of mass media to reach diverse audiences. Now, under cleanliness, a lot of campaigns have been launched. Now, the government of India, it launched the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan on 2nd of October 2014 under the leadership of the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. The mission, it aimed to realize the dream of a clean India by 2019, coinciding with the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. So from the very beginning, the campaign was designed not just as a government initiative but as a mass movement involving citizens from all walks of life. Now, social advertisements that were created under this mission, they were crafted with emotional appeal and persuasive narratives. And many focused on the idea that cleanliness is a shared responsibility, urging the citizens to take ownership of public spaces. Campaigns like Darwaza Bandh, which featured Amitabh Bachchan, it promoted the continued use of toilets, especially among men, to discourage open defecation. Now, under education, many campaigns were carried out, and especially, certain campaigns related to the girl child. Now, recognizing that education is both a right and a means of empowerment, several campaigns, both government-led as well as corporate-supported, have been launched to promote equal education opportunities. The Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, the scheme that was launched on 22nd of January 2015 in Haryana, is one of the most significant social campaigns in this domain. And this initiative, that was jointly run by the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Health and Family Welfare, and Human Resource Development, it was designed to address a declining child sex ratio and promote the education and empowerment of girls. Now, this campaign combined nationwide awareness and advocacy efforts with grassroots level interventions. And its twin objectives were to change the societal mindsets and mobilize communities to value and support the education of the girl child. So, this particular campaign has successfully used symbolism and emotional appeal, emphasizing messages like let her live, let her learn, and save the daughter, educate the daughter. Now, beyond the government efforts, many private companies have also taken up the cause of education through corporate social responsibility. Like Nestle India's Educate the Girl Child campaign that was started in 2016 in partnership with Project Nanhi Kali, one of India's largest education initiatives for underprivileged girls. So, Nestle India, they launched this particular campaign to promote girl child education. And this initiative was an extension of Nestle's Healthy Kids program and aimed at empowering communities through education and nutrition. Then we have the Procter & Gamble's Shiksha initiative. This program, which is a flagship CSR project, it has been instrumental in spreading awareness and improving access to education for underprivileged children. And since its inception, The initiative has built and supported over 2,300 schools across India, impacting more than 2 million children. And both of these brand-driven initiatives, it show how corporate entities use mass media creatively to champion educational causes while simultaneously strengthening their brand image as socially responsible organizations. So, through campaigns such as Swachh Bharat Abhiyan and Beti Bachao Beti Padhao, as well as corporate level efforts like Educate the Girl Child and Procter & Gamble Shiksha, we see how advertising transcends its commercial purpose to become a catalyst for social awareness and reform. Another important segment under which different campaigns have been launched is about clean and safe drinking water. Now, access to safe and clean drinking water is one of the most critical challenges facing modern India. And recognizing this, the Government of India has made significant efforts to ensure that every citizen, particularly those in rural areas, has access to potable water. And on 15th of August 2019, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced a Jal Jeevan Mission, which is a flagship initiative under the Ministry of Jal Shakti that is aimed at providing functional household tap water connections to every rural household by 2024. So the mission's guiding philosophy was based on a vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Prayas. So the Jal Jeevan Mission, it follows a decentralized and community-based approach, empowering village communities to plan, to implement, manage, and maintain their local water supply systems. And mass media has played an instrumental role in amplifying the mission's message. Through social advertisements across television, print, radio, and digital platforms, the campaign has highlighted the need for clean drinking water and celebrated the role of women as key change makers in rural India. So you see, these are diverse campaigns, and the both government and private entities, through these diverse campaigns, both the government as well as the different private entities have effectively utilized the power of media to transform a basic necessity, that is water, into a national conversation about sustainability, hygiene, and human responsibility. Of course, there are other special campaigns also which you will be able to go through in your teaching learning material. Like, in 2016, Dainik Bhaskar launched a campaign on Jal Hai To Kal Hai. It's featuring Akshay Kumar. Vividly portrayed people's indifference towards water wastage, reminding audiences that water scarcity affects everyone. Similarly, we have Hindustan Unilever's short film, that is The Shower. This was particularly conceptualized by Ogilvy Mumbai, and it used everyday imagery to highlight unconscious wastage and urged the viewers to conserve water in daily routines. Now, energy conservation and the transition towards renewable energy sources form another major concern for India's sustainable development goals. Tata Power, one of India's leading power companies, has been at the forefront of this movement. Its nationwide campaign, Solar Roof, with the tagline, Kamai Badhai, Dildar Banaye, it advocates for the adoption of solar power solutions in homes, in offices, and industries. This particular campaign, it blends emotional appeal with environmental consciousness, presenting solar energy as both economically beneficial and ecologically sustainable. The company has also launched the Switch Off to Switch On campaign through the Tata Power Club Energy Initiative, introduced on World Environment Day in 2019. The campaign inspired people across the globe to take a pledge to save energy and share their personal stories, thus building a participatory and emotionally engaging movement for sustainability. Under the category of nutrition also, many such campaigns were carried out. The Government of India, they launched the Poshan Abhiyan, that is National Nutrition Mission, in 2018 under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. And this mission aims to improve the nutritional status of children from 0 to 6 years, adolescent girls, pregnant women, and lactating mothers by ensuring access to adequate, safe, and nutritious food. And the mission's strength lies in its emphasis on behavioral change communication and community mobilization. And the private sector has also played a very crucial role in promoting different messages around healthy nutrition. For example, Nestle India, under its Healthy Kids program, has been conducting school-based initiatives to educate the adolescents about nutrition, hygiene, and healthy eating habits. Dear learners, as we come to the end of this unit on mass media and social ad campaigns, let us reflect on how deeply media influences our understanding of social responsibility and collective well-being. Social advertisements are not merely promotional messages. They are powerful tools of social communication that inspire behavioral change, create awareness, and mobilize communities towards meaningful action. Throughout this unit, we have learned how mass media serves as a catalyst for change, making social messages accessible to millions. Whether it is through television, radio, newspaper, outdoor hoardings, or digital media, social advertisements employ creative storytelling and persuasive appeals to connect emotionally with audiences. And when used strategically, the media becomes a bridge between policy and people, ensuring that critical messages on health, on hygiene, gender equality, and so forth reach every corner of the society. And the different case studies that has been discussed in this particular unit, it clearly illustrates how communication and social responsibility intersect. They show us that impactful change requires collaboration between the government, private sector, and civil society, all working together through the language of media. Ultimately, the success of any social advertisement lies not just in this creative appeal, but in its ability to influence attitudes and motivate sustained behavior change. As future media professionals, communicators, or informed citizens, you are encouraged to critically observe how social campaigns are conceptualized, disseminated, and received by audiences. Try to think beyond the message, understand the strategies, cultural context, and emotional cues that make these campaigns effective. In essence, social advertising reminds us that media is not only about information, it is about transformation. It shapes how we think, how we act, and how we contribute to building a more aware, responsible, and compassionate society. Thank you.